folks, and welcome back to the channel. So I thought I'd do a little follow-up video on the tax policy being set to 1.5%, and I've abstained from it, and I'm just allowing for you to all go and vote. But I'm going to give my input on this nonetheless, because as always, we've got this very specific set of people who will take anything and maximize it for their own profit. And honestly, it's kind of sad to see that. We're seeing people saying that setting this tax policy to 1.5% is going to send LUNC to $119 a coin, or all these crazy things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw down my perspective of what I think is actually going to happen from this. And the reason why I'm going to be sticking by this is because of simple historical factors that have played into this before. We can look at the technical side of things, and we can really take a deeper dive into why we think this is going to do what it's going to do. And for me, it's just going to slow everything down. Okay? People are going to trade less. People are going to be a lot more sketchy about where and when they trade. They're going to think a lot more about their trades they're making. You're going to have auto compound modules like my own that will struggle to even function on a 1.5% tax policy. It's ridiculous. But you've got all of these different factors that play into it, where just because you've raised the taxes, right? And in my previous video, I said, if your local government raises your taxes, do you then go out and spend more money, or do you try and save money? Exactly. You try to save money, don't you? So that's what everybody's going to be doing, right? We've got all of these validators on this blockchain, right? We've got loads of them. But guess what? The majority of them are just Luna developers. They're not developing. We've got Orion Stake. We've got Orbital Command. We've got so many of these validators that are just providing nothing for this blockchain. So I don't understand why these bigger influencers seem to think that setting a tax policy to 1.5% is suddenly just going to burn through a load of coins. It's going to do a load of stuff. It's not. It's just going to slow the volume down. It's going to slow the chain down. It's going to slow everything down. Okay, and everybody's going to be a lot more hesitant to do anything. People who were thinking about coming and building a project are now thinking to themselves, is this a good idea? We're going to be taxed 1.5% on everything. The prices could go up, the prices could go down. It's a lot to dive into for people like this. And once again, validators get hit. And the ones that are going to get hit are the smaller validators. And it's just not good across board, but this is why I've abstained from it. I want to allow the community to make these decisions themselves, and I'm not really around anymore. I don't have that kind of luxury. For anybody who thinks we earn loads of money here on the channel, we don't. We earned $3,000 this year on the channel. That's about $250 a month. Pay your 40% YouTube tax, pay your 20% tax on that, and you're left with nearly nothing, right? So if all of these are actual real builders, because from where I'm sitting, all we're seeing at the moment is once again this drive back into burning 800 million USTC or changing the tax policy. We've got Vegas talking about bringing an official website. We've got Commonwealth talk. It's all these same things once again, and I'm just very frightened that 2024 is just going to be a very big letdown for LUNC, because we don't have the developers. We don't have the drive. The only drive is ever to burn stuff, raise the burn tax, or try to control this chain in some way, shape, or form to benefit themselves. And this is why I'm not getting as much time as I should have anymore, because honestly, everything's not going to where it should be going. We're dead focused on burning. We're not focused on funding anyone to build anything or develop anything. I've seen a Commonwealth proposal up to fund Pancake Squat with liquidity. This is a great idea. This is a great idea. Instead of burning all of the USTC and the CP, let's actually put it to use. Let's actually do something with it, because if we keep burning everything, we keep raising the taxes, we just keep focusing on burning, none of the validators build anything, no projects come and build, nobody does anything, where's it going to get us? Where do you think it's going to get? Is it suddenly just going to, everybody just going to suddenly come building this chain? No, they're not. But this is just like my opinion, right? This is just where I'm sitting from what I'm seeing as a project, actual person who's brought many projects, have led many different things and brought this chain to better places than it has been before. And I'm just so sad to see the drive once again. Oh, let's raise the burn tax. Oh, let's create a website. Oh, 800 million USTC needs to be burnt. When build? When develop something? When do something? We've got all of these people moaning that they're not allowed to develop. Oh, being halted development. Anybody can work on this chain. Anybody can work on this chain. And I've been kind of retweeting stuff on Twitter, keeping low profile and just kind of watching how funny it is to watch someone go, oh, you don't let me do anything, to then see multiple tweets where he's been offered the chance to actually develop something, work on the repo instead. He doesn't do anything, claims he was busy in real life, and then all of a sudden, boom, you've got a new repository being, oh, they're ignoring me, so I'm going to make my own repository. It's all just sad, pathetic stuff. And once again, it scares me to the point of where I think to myself, another year of all of this, another year of just changing the tax policy, another year of just, chasing bullshit stuff. It's really sad because we're coming into the end of the year now. I've put a lot of time, a lot of effort in. And I've never expected anything back for any of this, but ultimately, right, I'm a human being. I'm just the same as everybody else at the end of all of this. But honestly, that's my perspective on this. A lot of you will probably say, well, why didn't you vote no on it? And honestly, the reason why I've not voted no on it is because I want to let you all decide. I want people to start to understand that if this does get passed and the volume starts to drop down, prices start to dwindle, it just all starts to go off of a ledge, then you can sit there and you can say to yourselves, well, this is actually a stupid mistake on our part. And I think that's what it's going to brew down to, because the only way to learn mistakes in this life is to actually learn them the hard way, sadly. It's a really sad story. It's a really sad process we have to go through, but it is what it is, and people just aren't going to learn. And it's kind of like all of the people we've lost up to this point, Edward Kim, Zaradar, LBA, all of the developers that we've lost throughout this time to doxing and all of the different things. And it's just like another year of this. Another year. And for me, I'm concerned. Stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. And as always, we'll catch you in the next one.